Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Live with Brinkofspeed and Octane Hour. Tonight we are back with neighbor Mark.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing?
And Darren.
Yep.
Hey, Darren.
Fresh back from Ron Fellows.
Yeah.
As of
man with no
2
sleep.
2 a.m. last night.
No sleep. I don't
2
know how
a.m.,
he's...
wakes up at 4 a.m. and goes to work.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you do.
It's crazy talk. So tonight we're going to talk about PTS coming, maybe, for the Corvette. You know what PTS stands for?
Paint to share.
Sample.
Paint to sample. There you go. Yep.
And Darren's Z06 build. Hopefully you guys have seen those videos that we'll go over here in a
Oh,
minute.
my gosh, yes.
Yeah, special thanks to Mark. He actually got his hands dirty. And
Oh, my
Jim
God.
Towser.
He's very dirty.
Jim's on here.
Me and Jim, you on? Jim, yeah. Jim saved the day.
Oh, Jim is on here?
If not, he will be.
Oh, yeah. So let's say hello to everybody. We've got a good crowd already. Stephen Rapp, Cars and Airplanes, the WB, Davy Jones, Texas Clay.
Davy Jones. How's it going, Davy?
We got Joe Lamb, Lance Smith, Caleb Smith, John Somerville, Ronald Jackson.
Davy was saying it rained 17 out of the last 19 weekends up in Pennsylvania where he's at, so he's bumming. He can't wait to get his car out.
Well, we've had our fair share of rain here in Texas,
Yes,
too.
we have.
Including tonight.
Including today, tonight. Yep.
Derek Taylor, Ronald Jackson. We got Carlos, Doug Hooks,
There's
Mark
Jim
Cutsey.
Towser. Yeah. Keith French
yep.
is in Destin. We're going to have to go see him when he's in Florida next time.
Yep.
Shiny Fenders,
Jim is on. Yep.
C8 Beavers.
All right,
I
time to
love
get the
it.
party started.
Let's
Yeah.
get it.
Yep.
Let's get it. All right, so you guys know every single week we are brought to you by the National Corvette Museum Insurance. And to me, this is a no-brainer. As I always say, though, it's not for everyone. I would say it's probably for 99% of the collectible car owners. But you have to qualify by owning a collectible car, not driving it more than about 6,000 miles a year, owning a garage to put that collectible car in, and owning a daily driver that's not the collectible car. If you have all those, it's a no-brainer. Check them out. Get a quote. The way that it works is you go on here, you hit the get a quote here, you fill it all out. Please put in 2024 BOS. That way they know that we sent you to them. And then they're going to send you an email. You're going to answer a couple of questions on that. Then they're going to call you and they're going to go over what they've got for you. But
I think that's interesting that you say that because I know before I knew that piece of it, I was telling people, I just call the phone number on the website, but you don't actually do that. You get on
No,
the
they prefer you to kind of put your info so they
Yeah.
can kind
info in so they know they can kind of
Yeah.
it's
semi
better to
underwrite
do the
you.
website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way
And
they're
then
not answering.
the cool
yeah.
thing is once you're a customer and you have another car that you want to add, your info is already in there. So the process is super fast.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. But yeah, there's going to be a bunch of people probably commenting on here about what they saved. But there's people on here that I know have saved thousands a year. There's people on here that have saved hundreds of a year. And then there's people on here that say, I wasn't going to save any. I was going to actually break even or it was going to cost me money. So it doesn't work for everybody, but it does work for most.
You must meet
Yeah, the other
underwriting
cool
guidelines.
thing before we move on is that they do offer that track day insurance. So once you have their policy,
Yes.
you can basically say, hey, these 2 days I'll be at the track, and they can add it to it. There's a cost to it, but it makes it very easy because you definitely want that if you're taking your car to the track.
Yeah, and Seagarner Speed 252 is on.
He is.
Welcome.
Hey, how's it going,
He's
Clarence?
literally in the house.
He's literally in the house.
He's in the house.
More to
yes.
come later.
Yep. Surprise guest later, maybe
Maybe.
for Classic
All right.
City Car Nerd.
So have you guys seen my last two videos? The first one was basically taking Darren's car behind his back, taking it to Cody's new image detail
Nice
lab,
surprise.
having Corey from Paragon Performance fly out, and doing a major build. The second one after that, I just released today, is actually
Finishing it up,
Darren's
right?
build. So
Yep.
you get to see exactly what.
It was a two-part, right? There was part one and
Mm-hmm.
part two. Today was part two, so that finished it up. That was the greatest 2 videos. I've so enjoyed watching those, being a part of it. Oh my gosh, to watch it again, I was like watching it like I wasn't there. It was just kind of cool to see the party, and it's just awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. The party was really, really cool.
Yeah, special thanks to everyone that showed up. We had a lot of people. I think we're well over 50, what we think, but
You got to watch the videos. If you haven't, watch the video. Share it with your friends. Your Corvette friends are going to love it. Just so cool how people came out to help Darren out and do that to his car without him knowing it. And luckily, he didn't start swinging at us. You did what to my car?
Yeah.
I did see some of the unedited footage.
Oh, yeah?
And there was some struggles there with Corey on those cats, getting those off.
Oh, yeah. Jim Tauser is on it. I understand Jim Tauser.
But I think Corey even in there joked that he didn't cuss one time during that, so it actually went relatively smooth.
Yeah, it went smooth. It's just, you know, when
Just
you do
fighting
it, do Z06 with that new type of that exhaust, I think it was. But you know, Jim Tauser, I mean, just the teamwork. Everybody was putting together their expertises, and Corey was getting frustrated with the deep pinning. Right, he'd done it 100 times, but you could tell he was tired. He was almost shaking. I mean, he was working all day long. So Jim Tauser came up. He works on airplanes.
Right.
This dude, he even knew what it was. Oh, yeah, deep pinning. Yeah, you do that. I'm like, what are you talking about? So he goes in there and uses his little, and he pulls him out for Corey and helped Corey out for that. It's just, if Jim wasn't there, it was, yeah.
That's cool.
Very cool.
So General Lee's on. He said he had a rough day. I'm very sorry to hear that, General Lee.
No, did he?
It sucks, man. What's up? Oh.
You pushed the wrong button.
I hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
I tried to put all 3 of us up, and I hit guest. Sorry about that. Anyway, so very sorry to hear that, man.
But watch that second video. It just came out today, so you can kind of see it finish through.
Yeah.
And the actual unveiling where they pull the cover off. Just so cool.
It was fun.
Yep.
It's very fun. So I hope everybody's doing well. We've got some new news from the Corvette. Well, it wasn't from the Corvette forum. It was from Corvette Blogger.
Keith.
That we'll go over. Yep.
Yep.
But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit more about Darren's car and also Ron Fellows. You've got to debrief us on your Z06 Ron Fellows.
That's why he has no sleep. He just got back.
Yeah, I
from
just
Ron
got back.
Fellows,
I
right?
caught a late flight from Vegas back to here last night. Got in about midnight.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, a lot of fun. Our class was, I think, maybe they said the second or third class where it was just all Z06s, where they have been mixing in the Stingrays and the Z06s. And I asked them how many they have. They only have like 18 Z06s on property.
So they can't. Was there like 6 or 7 in a class, maybe, or I'm trying to remember.
No, total there was 12.
12.
Is that right?
Okay.
12, I think.
Yep.
Yep. Actually, no.
Was it last year that we were there?
No, I think there was close to 18. Is that right?
So
there was about 18. All cars were on the track, pretty much 18.
So this was one of the first times that all the Z06s. I wonder if that makes it difficult if you're tracking and there's Stingrays in front of you, right?
No, because they were at different groups, and they're not slower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even we had instructors that were leading us in Stingrays.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, remember these?
Because they're so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the part where you went around the track and you thought you were going fast, or these guys thought they were going fast. They were going fast, but then they do the instructor at the end of the day. That's what pushed me over the edge. Yep. That's what pushed me over the edge, getting sick. I was kind of getting sick, and then he goes, "Do you want to go out with the instructor?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've been on the."
And then you got sick.
Oh my God! And he goes so much faster than you think you could go.
Larry Anthony is on here. He's been to the Z06 Ron Fellows, I believe.
Yeah, it would have been the same track. I think they're all that, what did I say, East track?
The East track. Oh. Did you do the East track? I thought they opened the big track for the Z06s, like that 3 mile
No.
track.
No.
Huh.
No.
I wonder why they do a smaller one. It's interesting.
So you were there. It was the same thing. It was the 2 days. The first day.
Exact same class protocol as the Stingray. Same everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Just replace that with the Z06. So same water skid pad thing, autocross.
Yep.
The tight hairpin turn stuff.
Yeah.
the same classroom type activities. Which I learned a couple new things about the Z06 with this manual launch mode. Which,
you were talking about the manual launch.
I got to review my notes on that.
Okay.
But it's something Mike should do a video on. People just, it's a feature only on the Z06.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, so speaking of his car, I've had it for a couple of days. I actually I took it to Trevor to get the pretty stuff done to it.
Yeah, that was one thing you guys just didn't get to, it sounded like.
Yeah.
I know, we were slacking. We didn't get to coding everything.
But
so out of town, it got all done up, and then I was out of town again, and it all cleaned up.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So I just started going out of town more often.
I'm going out of town. I'm leaving. Take my
Right.
That's great.
toss me the keys to your Stingray, and then it'll actually get driven.
No.
Garage Queen, no more.
No. Hey, we can talk about my track days this past week.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I went to the
fast did
track
you
with
go?
my car. I went to Eagles Canyon Raceway in Decatur, Texas. These gentlemen didn't feel like they wanted to show up because I think they were a little afraid I was going to show them how to drive a car. But I drove my car around the track.
He was going to show us how to drive.
That was actually the finishing up, I think, right? Well, you were out of town, but that was when maybe finishing up.
Yeah,
The
we
Z06.
couldn't show up.
But I drove my car very spiritedly around the Eagles Canyon Raceway. And you kind of had to because there were people behind you. It wasn't a full-on race, but it wasn't parade laps either. And it was very tight corners and turning. So, it was good. It was fun. Yep.
Good.
Good deal.
Non-Z51 car ripping around the track. I was watching my trans temperature and my radiator temperature, and it was staying good. So that means one of two things. One, the car was able to cool itself, or I was driving like a granny, and it was not overheating. But I was driving pretty fast. In fact, I was coming up upon other C7s and C8s that were not hitting the apexes like you showed me how to do, and like they showed me at Ron Fellows. I'm hitting the guards, well, not the guards, the
cone?
No, not the cone.
Curbs.
The
Oh, the
curbs.
curb. Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
clipping the curbs like you're supposed to, and these other cars are like way wide. I'm like, these guys are amateurs, not like me.
Right.
So
Did you bring your certificate there before you got going and show everyone?
my certificate that shows I
Award.
won when I was at Ron Fellows. No, I
John-
didn't bring it. But
John
yeah.
Bricky says it's way better than TMS.
yeah, TMS is just kind of.
Oval track. Yeah.
It's just
Well,
it's oval, and you're just doing maybe max of about 80,
It's kind
90.
of cool going up on that bank, though.
It is cool going on the
So
bank.
Diego says, is McLaren time. I don't know if that's an inside joke. Did he get McLaren? He probably
Oh,
did.
probably. He always has new cars.
And June 8th, of course, is the next TMS event. So if you're interested in taking the car out on the Texas Motor
won't be
Speedway
Like
here.
track,
charity for parades?
Huh?
Is it charity for...
it's laps for
Nah,
charity.
I might actually do that. I've never done
85,
that.
90. I mean, I got it up to 100 once. I mean, it's not a lot, but I mean, on TMS, when other people they're watching you, they'll tell you to get off. So you can get up to. I got up to 101, and I have it on the PDR.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So you could do that. It's good. It's charity. It's $40, I think, right, John?
Larry said
Ricky?
he was on the East track.
Yeah, I think they all are. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll come back to some more Darren stuff. I've got pictures and stuff to show you guys. But let's move on to 2024 color choices.
Seems to be a hot topic. A lot of chatter about this the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, well,
It's a lot of stuff to
Wait.
digest. 7 colors leaving, and right?
yeah, but check this out. This
What?
shows the actual percentage. Well, first of all,
Oh, let me
this
see.
is very interesting. So on the Stingray Coupe, only 20% got 3LT. But,
What? Really?
yeah. But on the Stingray Convertible, 44% got 3LT.
What was it again? 44 for hardtop convertible
Yeah.
versus what?
20%
Really?
for coupe.
Yeah.
And
It's
that's
less than half.
2024 so far.
That's
yeah.
interesting.
I'm just wondering if it's because the people that are saying I'm willing to spend $7,500 extra for
yeah,
the
I'm going to go.
convertible.
What's another three? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what's another $3,500?
Which we've said this 100 times, and we'll say it 101 times. The 3LT or 3LZ, it's worth every penny.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean-
you don't after when you don't
Worth
do it,
every
just-
penny.
only people that don't have it would say it's probably not worth every penny.
Right.
Well, but
I mean,
also-
no fairness.
I'm
2LT, 2LZ is great. It's just a couple little things. It's just a whole.
You guys
different-
will understand why I said that here in a
And I
second.
think that the 1LT on the coupes are 1LTs are often bought for track cars. Maybe people just want to
Yeah.
rip
or
around
just
on
to
the
get
track.
the
Maybe.
least expensive build they can get.
Yeah.
So check this out. another thing that's crazy is the amazing yellow that we used to have was tied for last
the lowest.
place.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's not quite so amazing.
Yeah. And who would have thought yellow would have equally sold cacti green?
But look, Seawolf
Right?
Gray is
7%.
7%. That kind of surprises me.
Yeah, but you know what I think that is a little bit is people have not seen that in person. So at Ron Fellows, they had 2 Seawolf Gray cars there, and there was almost everyone there hadn't seen it, and everyone was like, "Wow, I didn't know it had all this flake. I didn't know they loved it."
Yeah.
I think
So I think that'll
grow.
pick up momentum.
Yeah. I think it'll probably go way past what Hypersonic Gray was. Hypersonic Gray is still only at 8%. I think Hypersonic Gray is cool, but when you put them side by side, I think Seawolf destroys it.
It just depends what you're into, but
Yeah.
I mean, look, I had a Hypersonic Gray car and loved it,
Yeah.
and I had a Shark Gray car and loved it.
I think Hypersonic Gray is cool. It's just not Seawolf Gray.
Supercar Rancho, the 1LTs are for cheap guys like me.
Yeah,
Hey, when you're talking between, I mean, you can push the car up $20,000, right?
oh, easily.
Yeah.
So when you're thinking $20,000, you can buy a good used car for your family member.
Well,
or
you talk about
something for them.
3LZ front lifts and a couple other things. You're quickly
So
it
yeah,
adds up.
speaking of front lift, it's 45% of Stingrays get front lift.
See, I would think it'd be more than that.
I would think it was a lot more than that.
Non-Z51 is 37%.
Non-Z51, that's me, is 37%.
27% is Z51.
Huh.
9% of Stingray buyers also opt for mag ride control.
How many?
9%.
That's it. That's it.
9% for MagRide?
Well, it says on the non-Z51 chassis.
That's me. Non-Z51, I got
Yeah.
MagRide. I would not, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, MagRide is a good option as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
But see, there we go. You
Great
say
option.
MagRide, you got to have that. You got to have front lift.
Yeah.
You gotta have, I mean, you add that up. There's $12,000
Yeah.
right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it used to not be that much.
No, I know.
You're
When I did my first video of you need mag ride, you don't really have to have Z51, but you definitely want mag ride. It was cheap back then for everything.
Everything's
Now
gone
it's
up.
way more for everything.
You easily hit the
And
But
the car's
triple
10,000
digits.
more.
Yeah, but what you don't know won't hurt you. Meaning, if you've never driven MagRide, you get into a non-MagRide,
Yeah.
you're gonna think it's awesome. It's only if you've had a MagRide car and actually drove some miles and switched through the different roads.
And then I challenge anybody to really, if you gave them 2 cars and tell the difference.
Oh,
I can tell the difference in a
Could you?
heartbeat. Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
especially when you go to sport and tour and track.
All right.
I
Oh,
can
yeah.
tell a difference
All right,
if I
so
go over bumps that are not just a bump, but something that kind of pulls the car down. I'll be
Like
able
that
to tell a
section on
difference.
114. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
You can
If
tell
you
a
go in the
difference
right spot,
instantly.
you can tell. You're right. Yeah.
All right. Up next,
Jeff, I have one too. Non-Z51 with MagRide.
there were more ZR1s spotted in Colorado. Not really any new news about them. Just thought I would show you guys that they're out there like crazy doing high altitude testing. And there's a lot of pictures on this one. I mean,
Anything new that we haven't
that's
seen
what I'm saying.
before?
There's not really anything new. The one thing that is cool about these pictures is you do see a lot of hoods. So you see the giant scoops on those cars. And it's cool that they have a low profile spoiler one out there. And you know it's a ZR1 because you see the side piece right here that has the intake.
Yeah. What's that over the arch, the wheel well arch?
That was
Trying to
on
hide something?
that was on C8s too.
Probably just trying to hide the flareness
Yeah,
of the
it's
fender.
something to do with that. But they have some good close-ups. Like there's
really good close-ups.
yeah, there's the
there's
intake.
yeah.
The new intake.
Very nice.
So yeah, thought I would just share these photos with you guys. And again, if you're new to the channel, everything is always linked in the description below. So if you want to see any of this and read the articles, just go in the description and it's all in there.
Clayton asks, what do you think the 2 stripes versus the 4 stripes on the wing means?
That's a good question, man. I
I think they're just trying to hide the concavity
I
of the
don't
wing,
know.
maybe.
really don't know.
Distract you from
Or
seeing
maybe
the
there is a
actual
difference,
shape
and
of
that's
it.
the way they mark
Yeah,
it.
there's definitely a difference because I've actually seen 3 stripes too.
Really?
I've seen 2, 3, and 4. So I'm really not sure.
Maybe it's just
what
the
they're
number
doing.
system. The number 2 car, number 3 car,
Yeah,
number 4.
maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. By the way, if you guys haven't smashed that thumbs up button, please do so. It really helps YouTube know that you're enjoying the content and helps the algorithm. All right, so let's move on to these 1,000 horsepower. Have you guys seen this?
It's the Yenko one.
The
Yeah,
Yenko Corvette?
I've seen it, but I haven't read up on it, so I don't know the full story. But they do
So
look pretty cool.
the last Yenko that I knew of was a Grand Sport in C7.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually did a video on one because Corvette World had one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A Camaro?
No, it was a Grand Sport.
Oh, Grand Sport.
Yeah.
Dang.
Now, Yenko usually or used to always just do Camaros. I never really knew that they did.
Yeah, the Yenko Camaro. That's a famous.
But they've got this new package. It's twin turbos. It's 1,000.
Did they say the price?
Okay, so I got.
I don't
a question.
think they did say a price on here.
While you're doing that, we're talking transmissions.
Oh yeah, they did.
Can that transmission take 1,000 horsepower?
I think they say it can. That's not the weak
Because
link.
the Stingray, well, the Z06 transmission is beefed up, is it not? The Z06 transmission is beefed up.
Yeah.
I mean, but 1,000 horsepower.
Well, I'm sure it says right here, the Yenko SC Corvette offers the full package of looks plus performance, and its exhilarating driving experience is matched by the $99,995,000 package.
Oh, so it's $100,000 for this.
It's $100,000 for the package,
But do
which
they
doesn't
do anything
include
to
the donor car or any of the optional equipment available.
Does it? But
Wow.
do they do anything to the transmission? Are they
Yeah,
just-
of course.
For that price, they do.
They're
Yeah.
bumping up the
They have
trans-
to. Yeah.
I don't know if they were cracking the case of the
And how many were they
ZF
making?
transmission and
Pretty
doing
limited.
that.
100 of them or 50 of them, or did it say? I
Um,
thought I saw somewhere.
John
Just
Perkins,
10.
was that Long
10.
Island or Jersey?
and
with the
then up to
Corvairs?
50 will be 10 for this year and 50 for 2025. Yep.
Well,
So yeah, it even says the 2017 Yenko SC Corvette Grand Sport. So that's the last one I saw.
I mean, Don
the
Yanko's been doing that for 50
But here's
years.
the thing. This is why I don't think these are that big of a deal. And see what you guys, if you agree with this or not. It's hard to put down 1,000 horsepower on a rear-wheel drive car, even though it is a mid-engine car. So I think it would just be annoying to have 1,000 horsepower without all-wheel drive.
I was watching Street Speed's video he put out a couple days ago. I don't know if it was a couple, but he has the 170.
mm-hmm.
Right, it's the 170, and it's like 1,025 horsepower. He says, I can't use it. You can't put it down. You can't get good traction out of that.
Yeah, I mean, even cars that have 700-800 rear-wheel horsepower with R888s and everything on them are having a hard time hooking up.
So yeah.
I don't think that a 1,000 horsepower twin turbo C8 is going to hook up too well, but that's just me. And yeah, you can do rolls. You can do 70 to 140 or 160 or whatever you want to do. But I still think you're going to have a hard time hooking up at that speed.
Thank you, Glass City Car Nerd. He answered my question.
Well, there's a lot of things you got to consider when you're driving a car like that. All the climate and conditions.
Yeah.
You got to be extra careful. Like Diego said it best. I mean, because he's had these cars. He's saying you can't use 1,000 horsepower.
No.
It's a waste of money.
It's a waste of money. Exactly.
What was the horsepower on the car we saw that Corey was working on at Paragon, the red one that you took the lady out on? And
Oh,
that was a turbo, right?
yeah. No.
No,
Supercharged.
Oh, that was a supercharged.
So that's different, though. That's an E-Ray.
It's all-wheel
You
drive.
got all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I mean, if you want this car for drag racing, by all means, get it. But are you really going to drag race a $180,000 or maybe more? Because you have to supply the car.
Yeah.
So you're buying the
So you're over 200,000.
yeah, you're buying the $100,000 CA or whatever you buy, whatever it costs you, and then you're sending it to Yenko. Yenko's going to keep it for probably a few months, and then they're sending you back something that you spent $100,000 on. That's not a daily driver.
No, but it's cool for there's people
Yeah.
that'll do it.
Hey, Corvette Rob is on.
Yeah.
He's telling us we can do it. He says you just have to do the right
can do
setup.
Yeah, I mean, again, for the track, it's fine, but I would never want to own that for just driving around town. It would be kind of crazy. He said, C-Boy's 70th says he's seen the Yenko at Barrett Jackson. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's it's kind of cool. It's just not my cup of tea. But I figured I'd show you guys.
God, where do you bring it for warranty work? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And last but not least, before we get to the main subject, have you guys seen the new configurator? I think it's kind of cool, but I also, in the same breath, wonder why GM did it.
What were the improvements to it?
I'll bring it up. This is the article I wanted to show you, but
Keith said he thought it was good, right?
While you're doing that, Trevor just joined too. Trevor, thank you so much for, sounds like you and Mike did an awesome job coating my car and polishing it out. Was Clarence involved in that?
Clarence was busy with work, so
Trevor again. Trevor again helped out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have him do my car one day. He's going to have to get his mobile truck, Trevor, and come down to my house. It's too far up where you live.
All right, so this is the new configurator. If you guys haven't seen it, it's a totally different look.
All right, I'm going to stand behind you.
It's a totally different look.
Is this for Z06 and Stingrays? Everything?
It's everything, yeah.
You think it's better or worse?
I don't think it's better. I don't think it's worse.
Just different.
I just think it's different. Yeah.
Let's see the Seawolf Gray color, because Seawolf Gray always
it didn't change. It didn't change.
Oh, God.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like,
Paul Hypersonic and Seawolf, and you like...
Seawolf Gray still looks like trash on the configurator.
See, I think that's the problem. We said why people aren't ordering it, because you look at that and you're like, I don't like that. But you see it in person, it does not look like that.
No,
that's not what...
Not in any light. Not in any light does it look like that.
Yeah, no. Go to Hypersonic. Go quick.
It's almost identical.
It's almost identical. See? Yeah. It's tough
to make any sense.
Reproduce 3D images on a 2D screen, right? It's tough.
So, I don't know. What do you guys think? It's, again, they didn't change everything about it. They changed certain things about it. I think maybe they consider it more user-friendly.
Does it have the purchase price on there, or do you still have to go to the...
It's right there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up there. So
81.7. I think you picked a 1LT or something.
It's a low build.
Yep.
But that's the new configurator. So
all right, I'll have to go and play with it. Yep.
It's not bad. It's just not like groundbreaking.
Texas Clay says, did prices change for? You're still doing the 24.
Yeah, there's no change here.
They don't have 25 yet.
But good question though, because we've speculated if there will or will not be price changes.
Yeah.
I hope not. Not any big ones, but inevitably it's probably going to happen.
All right, one more thing before we get to the main subject. You guys saw my video I think it was last week, where I did a brand new Silver Flare Metallic Z07 Z06 that had gotten WheelCraft chrome wheels on it. Now I'm going to bring up their website here. This is really cool. I think it's a great alternative for people that are out there that don't ever really modify their cars. They kind of want something with wheels done, but they just don't really want to spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on wheels. They're happy to just stay with the OEMs. But then when the C8 came out and GM they did away with all chrome wheels. There's a lot of people that are like, man, I really want chrome wheels. I wish GM would have never done away with that. So WheelCraft filled that gap. Mm-hmm. And it's very inexpensive. So again, if you're not wanting to spend a ton of money on wheels, but you want the chrome wheel look, WheelCraft does it for you. And the process is so cool that the way that it works is you don't even have to worry about your OEM wheels. A lot of people are like, well, what do I have to do? Do I have to
put it on blocks somewhere? Put it on blocks for a while?
This is the great thing. Ed at WheelCraft has access to OEM wheels, Stingray, Z06, E-Ray. So when you want your wheels done, you order the wheels. He ships them to you already done, puts a return label in the box. You take your wheels out. You have your tires mounted on them, or brand new tires, however you're going to do it. You have them put on your car, and then you take the old OEM wheels and put them in that box. package them up. Don't pay for shipping or anything.
Wait, he pays for the shipping?
It's
Pays
part of the
for
whole
the shipping.
package,
It's
yeah.
the whole package.
Wow. That's
Ship
huge.
it right back to WheelCraft.
Yeah.
So to me, it's a no-brainer thing for anybody that really wants chrome wheels and anybody that doesn't want to spend $3,000 to $5,000 on wheels, because this is anywhere from $1,300 to maybe $1,600, just depending on the circumstances. And the reason why there's that variance is because you may not be able to find a dealership like the gentleman in the video that I did, that his dealership only charged him like $125 to do that.
Yeah, that's kind of the going
That's
rate.
rare.
Yeah.
Ed says it's rare.
Yeah, probably
Ed
close
said
to
a lot of
200.
people pay $300 to get that done,
Yeah.
and sometimes over $300. So just depending on that circumstance, you could pay up to maybe $350 to get that done. But still, you're only paying like $1,600 plus.
Yeah, it's definitely a good option for those that want to upgrade the OEM wheels. This would be a different route to allocate that money towards and set yourself apart from some other
without being too crazy different.
You can get
it almost appears like it's stock.
Right.
But you look at it and go, what's different about that?
It is, except for the color.
Yeah.
So you can get regular chrome wheels, you can get black chrome wheels, and they actually offer colors now. So they will do certain colors on your OEM wheel. So it's a really, really cool thing. The process is called PVD. It's a newer type of process to do chroming. A lot of you are asking, well, do they flake? Do they, chip? Do they do this? Do they do that? These don't. And if they do, they have a 5-year warranty, and it's no questions asked. If any of that stuff happens to your wheel, you just say, hey, my wheel did this. Can you ship me a new
5 year.
one?
That's longer than the factory warranty on the whole car.
Not,
it's good.
I have a customer that, he didn't like certain things about the wheels. He called up WheelCraft and said, hey, I'm not satisfied with these. There was no questions asked. They shipped them right back. Everything was taken care of. So Ed is a great guy. Darren and I met him at the Bash in Carlisle. Great company to do business with. And I'm going to show you a couple of the wheels right now. Actually, somebody else is going to show you. So
Which one are we starting with here?
Let's start with the regular chrome.
Vanna White,
We're going to
please show us the wheel.
No, that's the black chrome. Oh, no, that's regular.
That's regular chrome. Vanna. Here, over here. Go in front. Like
Yeah, right here on the desk.
Right in front.
So everybody can see you and the wheel.
Look who we have! We got Clarence in the house.
Here, turn the mic this way.
We got Clarence. We got Clarence in the house. Look at that. There you go.
What's up, fellas?
Yeah,
How's it going?
Swing over there.
All righty.
Yeah. So anyway,
Nice and warm, Mark. I appreciate it.
that is the...
I'll be seeing you guys. I'm taking my wheel home.
Oh, let me...
Chrome. Look at this.
I need to
Isn't
change
awesome?
that so everybody can actually see it.
That is a real chrome wheel. Love it. Reminds me
Real
of my
chrome wheel. Say that real fast.
Real chrome wheel. This reminds me of my chrome wheel I had on my 2016.
Actually, turn it to the right a little bit. No, the other way. I'm going to turn the other camera on so they can see the different angle.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Love it.
Okay, now let's show them the black chrome.
Yep.
Mark's going to need his muscles for this one because it's a rear wheel.
It's pretty heavy.
This one is really pretty.
Look at that. Now, it's black chrome. Look at that.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous wheel.
Yep. And it is a stock wheel. It's just been coated, and chromed. And so it doesn't give it a crazy custom look. It just gives it what's going on? What's different with that wheel look?
Yeah.
Really looks like the forked wheel.
Well, the black chrome that makes it look good versus just a black wheel is it shows the wheel more. It's got,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You can see the shapes and the tones. So it's a
I
good
agree.
alternative. And
Oh,
you
it
could,
really is.
I believe Ed will do this on any wheel if you send it to him, right?
Yes, he
Yeah.
will do it with any wheel.
So if you got
Also,
a brand
he
new set
repairs
of
wheels too.
right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for example, even if you got a set of Forge Light wheels, you could order them through our guys in
Yes.
raw, put them in the box. Well, they would come in the box. Actually, he'd probably drop ship them right to Ed.
He would.
Have him do that and then have him send, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, I might have to do that.
What I was going to say is Ed and Jose are going to work together.
Oh, sweet.
So, Forged Light Wheels with a
really?
D,
They're gonna work?
yeah, is going to link up with WheelCraft, and they're going to do some stuff together because it's a no-brainer. I mean, like Darren said, you can order the plain forged light wheel and get this done to it.
Look at that.
So,
I first heard of these wheels on Corvette today. Doesn't Steve Garrett talks about WheelCraft on his show.
yeah, exactly. Yep.
That's where I first heard about it.
Generally, that's actually a good question. I'm sorry, I forgot to ask Ed that, if they do that.
No, they do not.
You asked him?
I did. You
Okay.
could do it.
The ceramic coating?
Yeah,
Okay.
he actually brought up you don't really need to, especially with if you're just using.
Ceramic on chrome.
You know what you could use? No, you could definitely do it. It's just you don't need to. He even said you just use soap and water. You
They're
shouldn't.
easy to clean.
They're
as it
super
is.
easy to clean.
Yeah, I agree.
They're super slippery.
Right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, yeah. Just wanted to show you guys that. Like I said, they are a new sponsor on the BOS channel. So, very proud to be sponsored by them and very proud to show them because they are nice. And you guys know me. I'm not really a chrome type, but they do look good on certain builds. And definitely that silver flare. They looked amazing.
oh yeah.
I'm getting my bell bottoms out because everything's coming back into style, guys. It's a chrome wheel. My wife's been saying for years, go chrome or go home, and they're coming back.
Yeah, but did you hear what John Somerville said on the video?
No, what did he say?
He said you can't get
home on chrome or
on
something.
chrome.
You can't get
He
home
said
on
that's
chrome?
what bikers say.
Yeah.
I don't get
Can't
it.
get home on chrome.
He said like Harley Davidson biker people say you can't get home on chrome. But I thought most Harleys
Got a
had
lot of
chrome.
chrome on
wheels.
it.
There's
Yeah.
all kinds of chrome on
Yeah.
Harley.
Chrome
I don't know.
muffler,
He's on
chrome
here.
steering wheel.
Yeah.
He's laughing.
Zippity chimed in. I guess Sioka will do it as well. They've got a relationship with them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
With
So there you go.
And that's something,
Yeah.
honestly, when you're buying the car, you could probably negotiate that with whoever you're buying from. Like, hey, I've got these wheels. They're going to do a swap. Will you do it for...
Oh,
That's what I would do.
and I forgot to mention the best part. So, guys, if you're taking delivery at the museum, there's something really cool that WheelCraft is doing at the museum. So it's not 100% official yet, but call Ed at WheelCraft if you're taking delivery and you want this done to your OEM wheels. And trust me, you're going to get excited about what they're doing at the museum. It has to do with the track.
Well, it makes
museum.
that cost seem like nothing
Yeah.
at that point.
It's pretty sweet. So they've linked up with the museum, and it's going to be really, really cool.
So Jeff's on. Jeff Zippity's garage is on. Hey, Jeff.
What's up, Zippity?
Our Sioka guy.
Yeah.
That's why I get my cars.
Yes, that's right. You
General
got all your
Lee's
cars.
asking
Yeah.
how you're doing. He's on the chat.
Oh.
Asking, yeah.
I'm doing great, just tired.
Why are you so tired, Clarence?
I don't know.
He's cross-country driving. See, what's old is new again.
So, yeah. Photos on track if track is open. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I mean, it all depends on that. But when we went to the track at the museum, they had WheelCraft wheels sitting in the museum or in the track.
Right.
Yeah. So it's pretty awesome. It's a really great relationship that they've got. So,
Yep.
anyway, sorry, my wife was texting me something. But we can go
Honey,
ahead.
pick up some diapers on the way home from the show
Yeah,
tonight,
exactly.
please.
Let's go ahead and get to the main subject.
I'll let Mark take over for that.
And thanks for joining us, Clarence.
anytime.
Now get back to work.
Sorry, sir.
See, he's got work to do. He's working.
It's always great to have Clarence in town.
Bryce
He can come
Evans,
here anytime he wants.
he's local DFW, it sounds like, asking when the next big meetup for Corvettes will be. I don't know. There's definitely stuff coming up the next couple weeks. Just keep watching and we'll talk about them.
It's the season.
Yeah.
There'll be plenty of things, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of get out of the loop when I don't have a Corvette in my garage, and I don't have one yet. So
That's true.
yeah, I could take.
You know what?
the
You could,
C4.
yeah, exactly. That needs to get. We need to drive that. Yeah. Yep.
All right, well I'll do that once I get his Z06 back. I'll take the C4.
Darren and I both have two, so you can borrow one
There
of
you
the
go.
two.
Yeah, I mean I'd borrow the. Actually, I need to borrow your Stingray so I can put some miles on it, like I said before. Yep.
You talk
Yes,
to Steve from Practical Dad Jokes. I think he needs.
Dad
What's his name? What's his name of his channel again?
That's not bad though.
What's his name? What's the name of the
Protective Dad Pranks.
Protective Dad
Actually,
Pranks.
you know what? Mark does have beat on Miles.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
On who?
Steve.
Oh, yeah, because guess what Steve said at the unveiling?
So you guys are like giving me all kinds
no,
of
I
hell.
give him tons of.
Steve
hasn't driven his car in 7 months.
Okay. So I want stop the presses, record scratch. What did they just say? Steve has got less miles on his car than I do. You all know Steve. So
Yeah, but we give him crap.
we need to give him lots of crap.
Greg Lee says he remembers
I drove
going,
mine on the track last week. I don't see Steve driving his on his track. Nothing.
All right. Are we moving on?
Yeah, I guess. All right.
Greg Lee says he remembers going 15 months without driving or
Yeah.
without having a Corvette. I know, man. You sold Blue Ice and waited very patiently for an E-Ray, and then you decided, nope, I heard that Z06 engine, no more E-Ray, I'm getting a Z06, and now you have Blue Ice 2, and it's amazing, and I've driven it. So, yep, I can't wait for my E-Ray. Was he on last week?
Mm-hmm.
No, he wasn't on last week, but my TPW has been moved from 624 to 63.
Yes. Nice.
So hopefully I have this thing really soon.
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, hopefully. All right. So in the beginning, I said PTS could be coming for the 2025 C8. What is PTS? Paint to sample. So there's an article. I don't know why I got rid of it. I thought I had it pulled up already, but let me just go back to it real quick. There's an article on Corvette Blogger about Cadillac having a very limited run of cars that basically you got to choose what paint you wanted.
Cadillac is doing that like Porsche?
No,
It's not quite the
determine
same.
the colors, but they're doing limited like 40 of each. I believe I saw.
25, I think it
Of
is.
certain colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually saw it. It looked pretty good.
Really?
So
Yeah,
they had a bunch of those Cadillacs at Ron Fellows. I'm really starting to get fond of them.
Where did that article
the
go?
CT5s.
Oh, here we go.
CT5 Blackwing.
No, that's not it. Sometimes I don't understand. Oh, here it is. It's the main subject. It's staring me right in the face.
Batch 101.
All right. So Cadillac paves the way for batch 1 of 1 Corvette. So basically, again, this article is linked in the description below. But we have all been saying to GM for a couple of years now, maybe even longer, that they should do a paint to sample like Porsche. Porsche, you can go in there and you can say, you can take
Paint it this color on my phone here.
Exactly, yeah. You can take a little swatch and say, this is the color I want my Porsche to be. And they'll say, all right, that costs this much money. I think it's $11,000 or something because it's Porsche. And they'll paint it that color. And you will probably have a 1 of 1 color on a Porsche. So we've been saying that to GM. Well, GM is doing something similar with Cadillac. I'll scroll down here so you guys can see some of this. But the thing that's really cool about this is they explain the process inside of the plant with these Cadillacs. It's cool. So after the car is built, you know how we have panels and parts of our car that don't butt up correctly?
Yeah.
Well, they make sure that that doesn't happen on these 21 cars, I think is what it is. They actually take the car and they take it to a group of people that check every single panel and gap and make sure that that's all in line and, is perfection. Then they take it to another group, and another group does this, that, and the other. Then
So super high
Yes.
being reserved. Now, my good friend Steve Virgilio said Vipers were doing that too back in the day. They were
That I don't remember.
paint to
I remember
sample.
that.
Steve,
Yeah, I don't remember that.
my good friend
Now,
from
do
Long
they
Island.
give a cost on that? Roughly?
$7,200.
Okay.
$7,200, and you got to pick one of their picks, their colors. You can't.
So,
it's not to sample.
Correct.
It's like, okay.
Correct. But what he says in this article is basically, would you be willing to pay $7,200 if GM would say, you know what? Even if you can't pick your own exact color,
Yeah.
But you can bring back any color from the past in Corvette.
Oh.
So think of that.
And your question is, would I pay $7,200?
Yeah.
People are paying more for that than just a stinking high wing.
I say a carbon fiber interior.
So
Carbon
what's your
fiber-
favorite blue?
Marina blue.
Would you pay $7,200 for that?
No, I don't know. I don't know that I would.
Well,
I
Mark's
might.
cheap. He's not a good
I might.
example.
No, you know what? I probably would, because that Marina blue.
Wow, that changed pretty quickly.
I probably would. Heck, like you said, you're already up to 100,000. Make it 107,000. I probably would, if you could get a Marina blue car, because that Riptide blue is really cool, but it's not Marina blue for me. It's not that '67 Marina blue.
So he mentioned Jetstream blue, which is my favorite.
Yeah, it's close.
C6 blue. My favorite blue of all time with Corvette is Laguna blue, which was Blue Fury.
Yeah.
C7. But Jetstream blue would be awesome. Laguna blue would be awesome. He mentioned your favorite color, Black Rose Metallic.
That's one of them, yeah.
Carlisle
That's one of
blue
them.
is a good one. Jeff from Zippy's Garage.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Look,
a
if they
good blue.
did it, it'd be 100% of it would be sold out. If they did 10 or 20 cars, they would get
Yeah,
all the
but
money.
it would be
every-
sold out if it was a couple thousand cars.
I know.
Yeah.
It would be sold
People
out.
would do it.
For which
But-
color? For which
Any color.
Any of
Any
those colors, yeah.
Any color that, well, especially if you were allowed to take a swatch in and say, hey, I want this on my Corvette.
Well, that would be a whole other story, yeah.
You'd be having to sign
I
a
don't
lot
see
of waivers
GM's
on
not,
that.
GM's not
No, they're
doing
not
that.
gonna do that.
But
Yeah.
this
I wish
makes
they
sense
would.
where they do batches of
Yeah.
limited edition, which, you know what, that's at least getting us halfway
It's a
there.
color they can order from
Well,
DPG.
and
halfway there.
you're going to be one of 40, 50 people that have that color. So, yeah, it
Yeah.
makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. I would do it.
I would do it too. So, the question that I had was, would you pay $7,200?
You got to pay more than that for a high wing. So, yes. I think they're undercutting that. I think they should charge more if they were going to do that. The
Well-
high wing for the carbon is what, 8,900 or
yeah, 8,900.
something
Carbon
like
fiber. Yeah.
Carbon fiber
Yeah.
exposed high wing. I mean, come on.
So should GM do this for all Vettes, or should they just only do it for the top models?
Top models. They'll definitely do that.
You have to get a 3LT.
Oh, yeah.
No. I'm talking top
Like ZR1, Z06.
ZR1, maybe not even E-Ray. Maybe just Z06 and ZR1.
Maybe.
What do you guys think? We got a Z06 snob in the house.
Yes, we do. We have
I used to
Peanut
be that
Gallery.
guy. I got rid of that as soon as I bought a C8 Stingray.
What did you do?
I got rid of my snobbiness.
Yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
used to be, I could only own a Z06.
Yeah.
And then I drove the C8 Stingray, and I was like, well, actually,
This is pretty nice.
this is pretty awesome.
Yep.
And I've driven
Many
5 C8 Z06s, and I still think the Stingray is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
so yeah, that was the main subject. But the other main subject is Darren's car, and I've got some pictures I want to show you guys, and we can discuss.
Yeah, talk about all the parts.
Corvette
So-
Rob, are you still on? Yes, he is. I want to bring up
All right,
something
here we go.
Corvette Rob said about the car when you pull it up.
Let's go to number 2. There are the driver's side, beautiful new, forged light monoblock, and what are they called?
I don't even...
TC
No,
something?
Yeah,
TF...
TF series.
TF.
TF5? I should know this because they're my
TF5s.
wheels. I don't even know.
Yeah. You're slacking.
I'm slacking
His
big time.
garage is full of wheels and boxes. He's like
I
a
get
warehouse.
confused.
There's
I
a
got
good
some-
close
Gotta
up.
wear. Now, I want to talk about that because Rob said something that I had thought of. I said, no, that's dumb, Mark. Don't say that.
In the video?
Rob said it in the video, and me and Rob are like close like this when we see stuff because
So
we have
say it.
the outer rim looks like the 89,
Yeah.
90. What do they call that, Rob?
C4.
What they
Like
call
the
that? The
turbine,
blender wheel.
yeah.
The blender wheel, and the center looks like a Z06, right? A C7 Z06. It's
No, a C6 Z06.
C6 Z06.
Yeah.
It is the coolest thing, Rob.
This
and
is
I
the
said,
passenger side.
as soon as Rob said that, I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, Scott
Yeah, and I don't know
T's
if
in
you
the
guys
house.
can tell the gyro disc rotors are on there as well.
Yeah, Scott T, thank you so much for your super chat.
Got a
Or
question,
super
Scott
sticker?
T?
Yeah.
What does he want us
Let
to
us know.
answer while you're?
Let's move on to the
Yeah,
next
those
photo.
are the brakes that Jim and I put on. Look at that.
Which side do you guys like better?
That's the
So
side we're more
two-piece.
familiar with.
By the
Right?
way,
Nice.
do you like these pictures, Mark?
Very
I think
nice.
they're
They're
Well
very nice.
taken?
They're very nice. Yes. Who took them?
Me.
It's off of your drone, right?
No.
No.
Oh no,
That's my phone.
that's that new fancy iPhone 72 he's got.
Right.
Wow, they are pretty. Did you Photoshop them at all?
Nope.
No.
No, that's
Very
just
nice.
straight off the.
Very nice. Yep.
And I went at Magic Hour.
Magic hour, the golden hour.
Golden
Yes.
So for anyone that's curious, because I've talked
Oh.
about it before, the wheel or the tires are 355, 25, 21 rear, 285, 30, 20 front. So they're bigger tires front and rear. They're 4/10 of an inch wider and 2/10 of an inch taller.
Come back to that. Talk about what's on the screen.
Okay, so this was a little bit of a twist towards the end of me purchasing the parts. I was going to go with a different exhaust system. I couldn't get it. It was taking too long. So I gave up on that. And I reached out to this company, had a really good conversation with them. This is a full titanium Valvetronics exhaust with high flow pipe. So that's cat delete.
Yeah.
So it screams. It's titanium. Probably the best sounding Z06 sound.
Titanium.
I'm trying to trigger Clarence and the bleachers over here.
If
Titanium.
Larry Anthony is still on here, he might say different.
Yours all sounds like that.
Clarence. All right.
It
what
looks
else? What else is,
incredible. So stop. Everybody tell us what's different about his rear end besides the exhaust.
Yeah, what's different about my rear end?
Tell me. Shut up. Not his rear end. The car's rear end. Steve Virgilio. What do you see? What are you seeing different? What do you see different on his? I was going to say.
So
butt.
the idea for the rear of the vehicle,
The rear
came
of the vehicle.
from a friend of ours, RJ. He had done something kind of
Besides
similar.
the screens. Come on, guys.
He had done something kind of similar with vinyl, and it just triggered something in my mind for a couple months. And I was
Come
like,
on.
Looks to be
Don't say-
a bit discombobulated. Stephen Rapp. What do you mean?
Discombobulate
There
your
you go.
head.
Greg Lee got it.
The bumper is body colored. Good call, generally.
Yeah,
Isn't that so
boy.
cool? Darren had that bumper paint matched.
painted.
Paint to sample.
It
He
is.
painted to sample the rear
So
end
I
of that
went
car.
to a
It
very
is so
high-end
cool.
body shop. They took
Yes.
it off, and they masked it exactly how I wanted it, with keeping the carbon flash
Give a
on that
close-up
center
of
part.
that exhaust again. If you have a close-up of the exhaust, you can see not only did he do that, but the bumper is colored Seawolf gray, but then the little bezel around
Yeah, I saw that.
is gray.
And the reason I wanted to do that, I was going back and forth on that. I wanted to just draw your attention right to those pipes because they're titanium tips. At first, I was a little bit. I wasn't sure how that was going to turn out, but I'm happy with it in the end. It's different. It's different. So we'll see how many
I think it
people.
looks good.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
And the way the rear of the car looks with that gray color, I mean, that is so unique.
Yeah.
I just love it. Love
There
it.
you go, Larry Anthony. Clarence has the most unique Z06 factory exhaust on the planet.
Told you, Darren.
Factory in air quotes.
Yeah.
It is factory though,
it
right?
was funny what Larry said.
Is there a hole in it or something? Why does yours sound different than others?
Larry said, "Did you poke holes in that?"
Yeah.
From
You drilled holes, Clarence? No?
Texas Clay asked me, did I consider leaving the Corvette centers on the new rims? Yes and no. Mostly no.
Can you do that? Like just
Yeah,
pop them in?
yeah, you can.
Yeah, if you want.
his pal Kai spanning and has gremlins were behind it.
And it's hard to tell,
And a couple
too.
of
I don't know,
others.
Mike, if you can show those wheels again, the ones on the driver's side. That's actually a two-tone polished brush look. It's hard to tell from the photos
Yeah.
until you get close, but it's a high gloss. I don't know what you call it. It's a tumbled polish.
And
with
they
a
look
brush.
different at different ways you look at it. So if you look at your
The
exhaust,
face is brushed.
Yeah.
The inside's brushed. All the little areas are high polished. So it has a kind of a two-tone look to it, even though it's very subtle, which is what I wanted.
They want to know what's next.
what's
2025?
next? We got all bloody knuckles. We're not doing anything more to that car.
Yeah, there's not much left to do that car. In fact, there's really, well, you know what? You guys, hey, I'm going to task you to do the mods for cars convertible top mod.
Oh, okay.
So we need to do
Yeah.
that.
Sure.
Trevor did the ceramic coating today,
Yeah, that mod is a no-brainer.
which will save me a bunch of time. Usually I've done a lot of the coatings myself. I just don't have the time or haven't had the time. And then with the weather, it's just,
Yep.
so kudos to Trevor knocking that out for me. That was a huge help. Saved me a bunch of time.
Darren did get rid of the black plates over the exhaust. Somebody said that.
The grill, the black
grills, yeah.
Yeah, which
so
is
you
super
can see the
easy.
titanium. You want to see the
Yeah, I
titanium.
want to see the titanium
I
because
mean,
it
he
looks.
did that on his Stingray too when he polished his whole.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it looked amazing.
Yep.
Everybody liked the stance of it. I mean, I was a little nervous when we were doing that, but I think the stance for a lowered look is kind of right where you wanted it, right?
No, the stance is, in my opinion, perfect. And what people don't know, I should have brought one up because I made some extras. I had a custom shim made. This is how anal I are about the ride height. So to make up for the 2/10 tallness in the ride height, I wanted to have it as low as possible. But I knew if I didn't have a shim through the Paragon collars, I would be too low. I would be 3/8 of an inch too low. So our friends at Forge Light Wheels had their machinist machine me. It's a point. Let's call it 2/10 for the sake of argument to make up for my tire compensation. To be basically bring it back in line with where it needed to be. Wow. So that's why it's, in my opinion, perfect.
Wow, it does. It looks. It sits nice. It sits nice, and your front lift still works, right?
Oh yeah.
Front lift still works.
No issues, and I mean, it rides fine. It rides great. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, no, it rides great.
In fact, because you drove it now, did you notice with the run flats how big of a difference it is?
I think it rides great.
Right, that's what I'm
it
saying.
rides just like your Stingray.
What did Clarence think?
I mean, obviously the Z06 is a little bit stiffer than the Stingray,
right?
But it still rides super smooth.
But I'm just saying with the run flats. Without them, that alone, I think.
Without the run flats, or
without them.
So you don't have run flats now, so that softened up the ride a little bit to compensate for maybe some of the stiffness.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's totally fine.
They want to know if you have any regrets, Stephen Rapp.
And does it affect your warranty?
Oh, you know what? You didn't show nothing. We have a picture. There is an Eventuri intake system on it too.
Oh yeah.
Did we pictures that we didn't really?
Yeah. I didn't take any pictures of that for some reason. I should have taken a picture of that. But yeah, there is.
Steve cut that. He took he was very careful with that.
Yeah,
thanks, Jose Zapata.
He cut the back. I was like, oh my god, he's cutting the back of your thing out.
He did a phenomenal.
He did a phenomenal job, and then he ran that rubber gasket around it. Wow, yeah.
You were impressed with that, huh?
I was very impressed with Steve.
He did a great job. Yeah,
he did a very good job.
No, honestly, I don't think I really have any regrets. I really don't.
I wouldn't have any regrets.
I don't think I do.
What about the warranty? If somebody's asking about if something breaks because of those pieces
warranties
you put on
and mud flaps, I don't do them.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing.
He always gets on me for the mud flaps.
The engine will be fully warranted. Yeah. I guess in some states they could maybe try to give you a hard time. We won't have any issues here in Texas.
Because of the cats?
Maybe.
But it has to be broken because of the changes you made. Just because you changed your exhaust tips and your front lift system doesn't work, those are not related to each other. So they can't use that as an excuse. It has to be something that you did to the car that then caused the warranty issue. So
yeah, Derek, yes, both collars and lowering springs and then a custom shim.
To raise it a little bit to take up for the tire.
Right, because I'm running bigger, which I think helps for the ride. I'm running 285 30/20s in the front, which gives you 4/10 of an inch wider and 2/10 taller. And then the rear, same deal, the 355 25/21, 4/10 wider, 2/10 taller. They're literally 14-inch wide tires.
Yeah, they're giant.
They're the biggest tires you can get.
And by the way, they do hook up really nice.
Oh yeah, they're good.
We don't have
no regrets,
Corey on, right? Corey's on.
If you've ever met Darren, you'll know that he really doesn't walk around with any regrets.
No, do what I want.
So,
live in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be your racing name, Stephen Rapp says. Custom shim.
I wouldn't recommend taking that car to the track. It might be a little bit too low for the track. Maybe.
Depending on if it's a hilly track like Eagles Canyon was pretty good.
No, hitting curbs and stuff, yeah.
No. Hitting hills. You will scrape that front splitter, I think.
I don't know, but I mean, super, like, SVJ Lamborghini's going to be lower than my car. Guaranteed.
I don't know. We'd have to see. I think also under heavy braking.
Yeah.
That it would maybe.
We should measure. I don't think it's as low as you think it is.
It's pretty low. But yeah, we'd have to measure it. I don't know. All right. Well, let's go ahead and give something away.
We can do a hat. We've got hats. Let's do it. NCM hat.
We'll do an NCM hat. What question do you have, Mark?
Okay, I'm going to go with an easy one because I've got some really good ones. But
great.
Yeah, I'm going to go with an easy one. By May 17th, the last posting on Facebook, how many E-Rays were built by May 17th?
Where's the answer? Oh, I see it.
Go.
All right, guys, go.
Supercar Ranch is not on, so he's not running some AI program right now. Some data center is churning away trying to figure the answer out to this.
Yeah.
No, Supercar Ranch being a smarty here. He can't. He already has a hat.
He
Actually,
said-
you know what?
he said loading.
He doesn't have that. hat,
Supercar
though.
Ranch
He
is
does
on?
have that hat.
No.
He has both hats. I've
Does
seen
he?
both hats, yeah.
Oh dang.
Supercar Ranch is on?
Oh, yeah.
I did not see him, you
been on
son
here.
of a gun. He's still not
Derek,
allowed to
Derek
win.
Taylor's asking the question again. How many E-rays have been produced as of May 17th? Was that the
Yep.
question?
Uh-huh.
Is anybody, I'm not even seeing the answer. Is it
Yeah,
close?
there's a couple of people that are very close.
Close.
We'll give it a few more seconds here.
Supercar Ranch 420, appropriate for him.
And of course, any number we say is going to be ridiculously low because it's ridiculous that they've released this car and have only made, I think they're only making
Well,
like
don't give
5 or
them
6 a
hints.
day. Well, they're only making 5 or 6 a day, but everybody knows it's low. But
Yeah.
how low it is, it's just
Yeah, there's people guessing like 19.
No.
There's
It's
people
in the
guessing
it's in the
8.
hundreds.
Derek Taylor, 18, 19, 20, 21, 9, 11, 8, 6, 40.
All right, we've got. I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Because
Yeah, and because we got people.
we've got somebody. Oh my gosh.
Let's see.
Oh my gosh. Clayton.
He's not in here tonight.
He's not in.
Horsecock Express did not show up.
Okay.
All right,
Who do you have
so-
before the end? Who was it?
Yeah.
We got 385, 394, 388.
The answer is 353.
Yes.
So the first person that got closest to that is Randall Swanson.
Yeah.
We should
350.
almost, maybe that'll be next week's question, and then we'll have to have it for the following week. Is what number will you be on your VIN?
That's
Actually, once you know what, once you get it, because you might have it by next week. Let's do
The
that.
VIN number?
Yeah, so we know what number it is. That would be cool.
We'll do that.
Okay.
All right, so Randall Swanson, congratulations. You won
Very
a
good.
NCM hat. And yeah. So we are going to wrap things up. I think I have your information, but just shoot me an email just in case. BOS2020C8@gmail.com. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. It was a fun night. If you're new to the channel and this is the first time you've joined the Octane Hour, we do this every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we'd love to have you join. So go on my channel, hit the red subscribe button and the bell so that you're notified when these come out.
And the 2 videos he just released on Darren's car.
Yeah.
Check those out.
So you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we'll see you guys on the next Octane Hour.